Right, so today we're going to talk about how to build the perfect resume, right? So you're on your journey to, getting a computer science degree, or maybe you're taking a self-taught course, and maybe you're doing pretty well in your programming classes or courses. Maybe you're getting A's, maybe you're going through them pretty fast, but there's this whole resume thing, right? That's going on. You know that you know Java, you know that you know C, but how do you actually put that in your resume, right? And because you're seeing all these other resumes or all these other people applying, and they have all these things, all these experiences, all these projects they're putting on there, and you did pretty good in your classes, but you feel like maybe your resume is still looking pretty empty, right? So what we want to talk about today is how do we get to a point where you get good enough to put cool projects on your resume, and you don't have to sit around and wait for the next class or the next, whatever, for you to feel like you have enough experience, right? So that's the main thing we want to do. What you don't want to do is you don't want to sit around and wait till you take the next programming class, or till you take the next elective that's going to let you, that's going to make you feel like you have enough experience, like you have enough knowledge, or like you have enough expertise to make something cool that you can put on your resume. Instead, if there's a project you already have in mind, maybe you want to make some kind of mobile application, maybe you want to make some kind of game, maybe you want to make some kind of web application, the best and quickest way you're going to be able to do that is to really just look up a tutorial. You can do this for free on YouTube. You can do some paid versions on Udemy or CodePath. And really what that's going to do for you is it's going to let you walk through that tutorial, that course. You're going to see somebody build it. More than likely, you're going to be able to build it along with them. If not, those courses usually provide the source code for you to, compare to yours in case you're having trouble with it. And they're really going to take you from point A to point B. And at the end of it, you're going to have built a project. But more importantly, because you went through the whole step from beginning to end of creating it and running it, you're going to have a way more accurate understanding of the technologies and tools you had to use than if you had just gone and taken a class on it, which maybe only covered the fundamentals, or if maybe, you had looked up some YouTube tutorials that were only specific to that tool, right? Again, I think one of the mistakes that happens is sometimes students or people that are getting into the industry, they get very caught up on just getting extremely proficient, extremely good at a single thing. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't think you shouldn't be good at the programming languages or technologies that you learn, but I do think that if you don't know that that's what you're going to do for sure at the job you're going to have, which more than likely you don't, because again, you're at the point right now where you haven't applied, you haven't added things to your resume. What's going to benefit you the most is to learn new things quickly and to learn just enough to be able to apply it, implement it to a project, and be able to put that on your resume. There's no point in you going through a whole, textbook on Java if you haven't made anything with it, if you don't have any projects you can show off, if you don't have anything in your GitHub that you can show to recruiters or employers. And if you haven't used GitHub before, that's fine. That's basically where you're going to upload your code, your projects. That's going to be like your developer portfolio. So I think that's a strategy that you can definitely leverage, right? Again, the other thing that's good about doing it this way is more than likely any course you take, whether it's free or paid, it's probably gonna come along with some kind of community, maybe a Discord server, maybe a Skool community where you'll be able to collaborate with other people that are also putting this project together, right? Now, there's definitely a lot of, I've heard before, some people, maybe they don't like doing that because they feel like they have to come up with a very original idea from scratch, learn everything on their own and, do it from the ground bottom up. And while that may be, I guess to some extent admirable, that's not something that's reasonable to expect of yourself, because it's not something that your employer is going to expect from you. At the end of the day, whatever company you end up working for is going to have the expectation that you can learn quickly and that you can teach yourself and that you can learn at a fast enough pace that you can apply those skills to whatever projects are thrown your way, right? So again, it's not that you're going to do these projects, make these apps or whatever from these courses and tell the recruiter, tell the interviewer, like, hey, I made this 100% me, it's just me. No, the point is that you building this project, all the different technologies, all the different things you got exposed to are able to give you a more marketable knowledge base that from there on out, you're able to talk about different things when you're being interviewed, when you're talking to, again, the people interviewing you or the recruiters, right? So it's not about the thing you made and it's not about you making it. It's about you going through the process of you starting something, you finishing it, and you being able to talk about what you learned in that process. And again, one of the things that's going to be good about this is because your hand is really being held by somebody that already did it or a group of other people working on it, you're going to get a good taste of that collaborative effort that comes from, making things with other people, which at the end of the day, whatever group, whatever, company, whatever project you end up working on, that's what's going to be expected when you're on the job, working with a real team, working with other devs, and again, working in big groups of people. So if you haven't joined one of these courses before, if you haven't, even started on your resume, or maybe you do have some projects that you've put on your resume, maybe you're not sure how to talk about them, I do invite you to click my Calendly link below. And if you haven't even started any of this, I would encourage you to join my Skool community where we're going to be doing projects like this, where we can talk about what potential projects you could do based on your current experience. Even if you've only taken one programming class, there's still plenty of different projects that you could do that are going to help you put the current skills you have to use, but also help you level up and gain that much more expertise. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't checked out some of my other videos on how you can get a job in tech, I encourage you doing so, and I'll see you in the next one.